Okay. I just wanted to give everyone a hearty welcome out there, and I hope everyone's doing well this evening. We're going to start here in just a few minutes, but I wanted to remind everybody to go ahead and mute yourselves and turn your cameras off, and I'll be answering questions after this teaching, and please leave that in the comment section, and I'll get to that after the teaching. I am recording this, or I'm trying to, and I will be posting it to the Facebook groups. So if you have to leave, you can come back and listen to the whole lesson again. Um, Today, we're going to cover the right hand and the left hand C positions, treble and bass staffs, putting it all together into the grand staff, 4/4 time signature, quarter notes, half notes, whole notes. And some of this is just a review from the last lesson if you saw that in the Facebook group. So, well, let's just dive right in. I'm going to turn this camera off right here, and we'll just have the camera on the keys. So give me one moment here. Okay. So we have 88 keys on the piano, and we're going to be playing in the C position with both hands. So we're going to find middle C for both hands. So you see that the keyboard is divided into groups of notes. You have the groups of 2 black notes, and you have the groups of 3 black notes. Now to find middle C, we are going to find the group of 2 black notes that is closest to the middle of the keyboard or the piano. So for me, it's going to be right here. And I'm going to take my 2, or my index, and my 3, my middle finger, and I'm going to locate the group of 2 black notes right here. I'm going to play it. Now with my 2, or my index, I'm going to slide to the very next note to my left. That, my friends, is middle C. So you put your 1 on middle C. So you've got 1 on middle C, 2 on D, 3 on E, 4 on F, and 5 on G. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to find the C position for our left hand. So let me see if I can. Okay, so now we're going to take our 2 and 3 of our left hand. We're going to locate the group of 2 black notes right below middle C. We're going to play those. Now with our 3, we're going to slide to the nearest note to our left, just like you did in your right hand. But now you're going to put your 5, or your pinky, on C, and your 4 is going to be on D, your 3 on E, your 2 on F, and your 1 on G. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in the right hand, that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. C, D, E, F, G. C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, so let me turn my camera on again. Let's see here. Okay, so right here we've got a little board here showing the treble staff. Well, it's actually showing the grand staff. The grand staff is made up of the treble staff and the bass staff, and they're stuck together by this bar. And this right here is the treble staff. So this right here is the treble staff. That means to play in the treble staff, you play with your right hand. And this right here shows that it's a treble staff because this, and I know it's kind of hard to see, is a treble clef. I don't know if I can get it closer. I guess that's about as close as I can get it. Okay, so this is the treble staff right here. Now the lines of the treble staff are E, G, B, D, and F, and we say those from bottom to top. So here's the bottom line, E, the next line up is G, the middle line is B, the next line up is D, and the top line is F. Every good boy does fine. I'm sure you've probably heard that. And then you've got the spaces from bottom to top as well, and that's F-A-C-E, our face. Okay. Again, from bottom to top. Now, I just showed you middle C position for your right hand. Middle C is written on a ledger line or a short little line right beneath the treble staff. So this right here is middle C, so you can see. And this space in between this ledger line and the treble staff, that space is D. And of course, you've got bottom line E, next space up is F, and the second line is G. So all we're concerned with this lesson is middle C, next space up D, bottom line E, next space up F, and the second line G. That's all we're concerned with this lesson. Okay, so this right here is the bass staff. And whenever you see this sign right here, that is called the bass clef. And so that signifies that you're going to be playing with your left hand, not your right hand, your left hand. So we say the lines and the spaces from bottom to top. So you've got bottom line G, next line up B, next line up D, next line up F, and top line is A. Now, the spaces are, this space right here is A. Now this second space is C. This next space up is D. This next middle space is E. Well, next top space is E. And then this line right here is F, and top space is G. So that's all we are worried about is C, D, E, F, and G. That's all we are worried about with this lesson. So now I understand that I'm kind of rushing through the bass staff and the treble staff. I'm kind of rushing through this bit of the lesson. But if you do not know how to read music, I have covered this. I know it's in the Facebook group. I posted it. And there's one video that's dedicated to nothing but the treble staff. And there's another video that's dedicated to nothing but the bass staff. So go into the Facebook groups, check those out. And I think they're also on my YouTube channel. So find me on YouTube. You can check that out as well. So I have also a poster to show you 4/4 time signature. Now, let's see if I can do this without. Yay. I didn't lose everything. Okay, 4/4 time signature. 4/4 time signature. Now, 4/4 time signature is located whenever you see a piece of music and you look at it, right at the very beginning, the very first measure. You've got your bass staff and your treble staff, and then you've got 4/4/4/4. What that means is that there are 4 beats per measure, and each quarter note gets 1 beat. So it's going to look something like this. Let me show you. So you've got Beethoven's Ode to Joy. Now you've got your treble clef right there. This is the very first measure. See, there's the measure line right there. Okay, so you've got 4/4. That means 4 beats per measure, and a quarter note gets 1 beat. That's very simple. Now there are many different types of time signatures. We'll get to those, but we're just starting out right now. So all we're going to focus on right this minute is 4/4 time signature. So right now, this may not make any sense to you, but I'm going to introduce you to notes. So with us just beginning, we're going to focus on 3 types of notes. We're going to focus on whole notes, we're going to focus on half notes, and we are going to focus on quarter notes. Okay, so notes. Okay, so as you can see, we have notes here. We've got a quarter note, we've got a half note, and we've got a whole note. Now, a whole note gets 4 beats. It takes up the whole measure. Remember, 4/4 time signature, there's 4 beats per measure. So a whole note gets all 4 of those beats. So if the beat is, let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the whole note would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you play the note for the entire 4 counts. You hold that note 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's talk about half notes. This is what a half note looks like right here. Now a half note is exactly what it says it is. It is a half note. It gets half of the whole. So where the whole note gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you hold a half note for 2 counts. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now a quarter note right here, that gets 1 beat. So if there's 4 beats per measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a quick little rundown on that. Okay, so I have a quick little rhythm card right here. I don't know if you can see that too much. Okay, so we got 2 quarter notes and a half. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here we've got a whole note. And you can't really see it too good, but this right here is a measure line. This is a measure line. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got 2 half notes at 1, 2, 1, 2. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of counts they get. Okay, so that leads us to our little song for this lesson, Ode to Joy by Beethoven. It's very, very popular. I've included a link to it so that you could download it and print it out if possible to practice it. It is a super simple little tune. Now, if you look at it well, you will notice that it has everything that we've talked about this lesson in that song. The only thing that it does not have in the song is a whole note. Otherwise, it has everything. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so you've got treble staff right here. You've got 4/4 time signature. You got quarter, 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 quarter. All these quarter notes. And then you've got a half note at the end here. Now on line number 2, you've got all these quarter notes. And then once you get to the very end, you have a half note. Now, the link that I have for you on the Facebook group for you to click to download, I believe it has the finger numbers. So if not, I will be sure and post that to the group. So let's see, we've got our treble staff, and if you remember the lines and spaces of the treble staff, the bottom line is E, the next line up is G, the middle line is B, the next line up is D, and the top line is F. Now our spaces are bottom from top. The bottom space is F. The next space up is A. The next space up is C. And the top space is E. So E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy does fine. And F, A, C, E. Face. Okay. So right here, we've got our bottom line. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on this, on the keys. Okay, so we've got our bottom line, which is E, and it shows us that we play that with our 3. So first of all, we're going to put our hand in a C position. So we're going to take our 2 and 3 of our right hand, locate the group of 2 black notes closest to the middle of the keyboard, play those. And with our 2, we're going to slide down to the nearest note to the left. Put your 1 there, that's middle C, 2 on D, 3 on E, 4 on F, and 5 on G. Let me get that a little bit better. So 1 on C, 2 on D, 3 on E, 4 on F, and 5 on G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's showing that you play 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, half note, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, half note. Okay, so you can play it through with just the finger numbers, or you can play it through and say the, you can say the names of the notes. So 3, we know that our 3 is on E. So you could say E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D, E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, C. Or you could, once you get it, once you get your finger numbers and you're able to read this, go back through it and count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So there's 3 different ways you can do it. You can play it through with just the finger numbers, say the finger numbers while you're playing it through. You can play it through and say the names of the notes. And then once you have that, you can play it through and make sure you're on beat. Okay, so there is the simple song, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and end the recording, and I'll go to your questions.